PFF is running one of their biggest sales ever. 40% off a PFF Plus subscription right now using the promo code BLACKFRIDAY. That means that you get everything fully unlocked. You get the grades, you get the stats, you get all the fantasy advice, the betting advice, which our new player prop tool is available on web as well to make you a smarter, better. You've got all of the draft analysis, the free agency analysis, all of that great stuff. Subscribe.pff.com to get 40% off a year-long PFF Plus subscription. Get it now. The Patriots and the Bengals, next game that we're hitting here. Patriots hold on to win this one 26-20 against the Bengals here in Cincinnati. Top 5 graded players that we had for the Patriots. Tight end Hunter Henry, big day for him, 92.0, an elite overall grade there for Hunter Henry at the top. Cornerback Carlton Davis also had a very good day, an 88.7 overall grade. Cornerback Marcus Jones with a pick 6 in this one, 88.1. Offensive guard Mike Onwenu with a 78.0. Offensive tackle Morgan Moses, 72.5. Drake May, 64.6. On Cincinnati side of things, safety Geno Stone with an 86.9. Offensive guard Dalton Reisner, 85.7. Offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr., a 75.9. Cornerback DJ Turner with a 74.7. And then edge rusher Joseph Osai, 74.3. Joe Flacco in this game, a 50.5. Stat that told the story, Dalton.
We're going to give out some fantasy advice here, Trevor. Maybe the sharp fantasy players already know this, but if you're looking for a tight end to play any given week, just find whoever is playing the Cincinnati Bengals.
It's not great. I mean, that's my most disappointing. My most disappointing is the Bengals linebackers who gave up 12 catches, 164 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper combined, and most of this was Henry, but Hooper had a couple of his own. 10 catches, 154 yards, Hunter Henry's touchdown in the second quarter, 6 other first downs, 3 explosives. Basically, look, New England took them a while, quarter and a half to find the rhythm in this game, but the rhythm in this game was, just throw it to the tight ends because they're always open. The Cincinnati Bengals, Trevor, are dead last in receptions allowed to tight ends.
Yep.
Yards allowed.
Yep.
Touchdowns.
Yep.
13 touchdowns allowed to tight ends this year. First downs, passer rating. Dead last in all of those categories against tight ends. That's just, I mean, we've spoken about the linebackers so much and how much of a struggle that is that they're starting both rookies there. But, I mean, it's just never an answer. When any time New England wanted to throw the ball to Hunter Henry, it was like, might as well have been a handoff. That's where it was at. And to me, almost aside from the Marcus Jones pick 6, which was the response to the Geno Stone pick 6, that was really the best part. New England, look, credit to them on offense. They have so many options, right? They've gotten the run game going. They've gotten the receivers going lately. Demario Douglas had a big play up the seam. Stephon Diggs has had other good games here. But this one was the tight ends. It was Hunter Henry. It was a little bit of Austin Hooper, and they were just always open. To me, anytime New England needed anything, that's where they were going.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat's pointing out, like, and then this team traded Logan Wilson? And it's like, I think the Bengals just made the decision that it was going to be a tough year and they were just going to play the rookies. Like, they're just going to play the young guys. They're going to play Barrett Carter. They're going to play Demetrius Knight. And they're going to see what they have in these guys going into next year. And Logan Wilson, fine, but he was not the player that he was 3 or 4 years ago for this team when they were making their Super Bowl run. So he was kind of on the downswing as he's getting up there in age. And very clearly they just wanted to decide to go with the rookies. And they're just kind of taking their lumps with that in that decision. For me, the stat that told the story, the Patriots in the red zone. 0 for 2 in the red zone, 0 for 2 in goal-to-go situations. So hats off to the Bengals for being able to stand up to them in the red zone and on those goal-to-go situations. But you convert those 2 situations, then this game's a lot more of a blowout than what the final score was.
That one goal-to-go sequence, and I think it was in the third quarter, was some of the most nonsensical football I've seen all year. The Patriots drive down to the 1. They get stopped. There's a defensive holding. I think whoever it was covering Stephon Diggs might have been DJ Turner. Mm-hmm. Then New England, I think, gets a penalty of their own, backs up to the 11 on 1st and goal.
Right.
Then they get a Hunter Henry shovel pass that gets them back down to the 1, and then they get stuffed, I believe, twice on the goal. One of the weirdest sequences I've seen all year, where just that entire goal to go. And like you mentioned, kudos to the Bengals front 7, especially. They stopped the run reasonably well, better than they usually do in this game. But yeah, no, I think New England, it was not, that's kind of the lesson here, was not their cleanest game. Another one where the underdog covered a big spread here, even on the road, or I should say New England being on the road here. But look, a win is a win, and the Colts losing. Denver was off this week. New England 10-2, alone with the 1 seed in the AFC. How about it? It's like the old days.
It is like the old days. There's no doubt about it. Most impressive for me, Geno Stone, interception, 4 solo stops in the run game. I think a lot of people will just look at the interception and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why he had a good day. 4 solo stops, solo tackles in the run game. I think it was an overall a really good day for Geno Stone. But you had somebody who was most impressive who I thought about, and then I saw in the sheet you already had this guy in here. So he deserves a shout-out as well.
You could go with either of the 2 corners that had big-time games for New England, including Marcus Jones with the pick 6 that really turned this game back in New England's favor early. But Carlton Davis was just outstanding, man. 87.9 coverage grade, 7 targets, only 2 catches, and 12 yards allowed. How about 5 forced incompletions? Trev, 4 of those 5 were in the last 5 minutes of this game, which was still obviously a 1-score game all the way to the end. Carlton Davis, man-to-man, whether it was on T. Higgins or Andre Yoshivas or whoever else he was on throughout the day, he was lights out in this one, man. And you could feel the absence of Jamar Chase, obviously, with the suspension here, and he was just locked. Davis on the outside was locked down all day.
And on a day where Tampa sure could have used a CB1 type of player, Carlton Davis
Financial decisions.
did it for another team. Nah, I'm not saying that was the wrong decision. It's just always tough when you let good players go to other teams.
Oh, you're really steaming on this one.
Look, I had to watch my team on primetime lay an absolute egg, get demolished in a quarter, have their quarterback get hurt, and now what was a good start to the season basically doesn't matter for the Tampa Buccaneers. Yeah, it's tough.
It basically doesn't matter. You're still tied for first place.
Yeah, but we had that lead. You had the whole lead, the start to the season, the Baker Mayfield MVP talk, all that good stuff.
You know.
Now here we go. Now it's a 2 out of 3 game series with the Carolina Panthers.
That's exactly what it is. They come down head to head.
I know what it is.
What, are you scared of Bryce Young now?
Terrified.
You should be.
Yeah, I know.
Panthers fans in the chat are telling you, I'm sure.
I know.
Oh, we might not.
know.
I don't know if we have them there today because it's their games tonight.
No, QJ was in the chat. He's saying, "Hey,
good.
I called the Panthers taking control of the division in the summer."
I wasn't sure if they were getting the early Monday pregame going.
No, I don't know if I'm not afraid of Bryce Young as much as I am never knowing what I'm getting next with this Buccaneer team. But that's what being a fan is all about.
Okay.
Anyways,